Hello there. My name is Joshua, and I love my mom. And I love making calming, peaceful music for people to meditate and relax to. I think that there's so many different ways that sound healing can be utilized in people's everyday lives. So I don't think that it has to be reserved to just going to a sound bath to receive sound healing, or to go to a sound healer to receive sound healing. I believe that each and everybody has the capability of healing their own self through sound. And for me, my favorite way of utilizing sound healing is through toning or humming to myself in the morning when I go for a walk. I go for a little meditation walk in the morning and do about 10, 15 minutes of just humming to myself whatever comes to me in the moment. And it's my favorite part of the day. The vibrations going throughout my body, it feels like a internal hug, and it reminds me of my grandfather and my father and my mother, and it's just always so calming and relaxing for me. And on the simplest form of sound healing, I think is just speaking your truth, or saying "ouch" when you're hurt, or crying when you're upset. I think us adults allow ourselves into being conditioned into believing that we need to stay quiet in certain times, especially us men. We've bought into this whole idea that we need to be tough, and that we need to suck it up, champ, be tough for your mom. And what that does is it really just creates a lot of pent up or built up energy that's not being released. And I think that a lot of disease is born from holding vibrations inside. If you look at animals and kids, they don't hold anything back. They're so expressed. If they're hurt, they let you know. If they need something, they let you know. And it's just us adults that get so caught up in trying to look good, and it's really unfortunate, because I think that if we all just used our voice in a more compassionate and loving and free way, there wouldn't be as much disease in the world. I truly believe that. I think if the whole world were to sing, the world would shift. And to me, sound healing, as far as singing goes, isn't about performance. It's about just letting it out, as we're talking about. It's just about singing whatever is there for you. To me, it's the quickest way to connect to spirit and to God. It's, if you go to any religious or spiritual gathering, you'll find that half of it, and most of these gatherings, half of it is song and half of it is singing. And so I think that there's something there. as far as singing and self-expression goes, I think a lot of people also cut themselves off from singing because it is a very vulnerable thing to do. Um, the act of singing, I think it's an expression of your soul and your spirit, and singing and letting that out it's like a sacred thing. It can be very vulnerable, and as kids, we're taught to be safe and be careful, and with that sort of mentality, as far as singing goes, I think a lot of us don't sing because we just want to play it safe and that we want to be careful and we don't want to show ourselves to the world. And that's unfortunate because I think that everybody's voice is needed. Everybody has something special to share. And if we were all just a little more self-expressed, speaking our truth, telling people what we need, that, oh man, so much more peace would be around. If you're somebody who judges your voice and thinks that it's not good, I'm curious. And if I was you, I would bring some curiosity to where that comes from. What happened in the past that led you to believe that you don't have a beautiful voice? Because I truly believe that everyone has a beautiful voice. Maybe somebody on the playground told you that you couldn't sing. Maybe your parents told you to shut up. Maybe you just made it up yourself. And there's nothing to make wrong about that or beat yourself up about it. It's more just bringing some compassion to that, seeing where it came from, bringing some curiosity. Maybe just meditate on that. Start off by just doing little baby steps of singing in the shower, or like I do with a morning walk, and humming to myself. And maybe each time you sing, just bring that curiosity to where that judgment of your voice came from in the first place. I invite everybody to sing at the end of each one of my sound baths, and almost every time the hair on the back of my neck stands up when people sing. The only difference between a weed and a flower is a judgment, as Wayne Dyer said. And I always say people don't go around judging the sounds of the birds. Like, oh, listen to that bird. That bird sounds terrible. So if we don't judge the birds' sounds, why are we going around judging ourselves or others' voices? Thank you so much for listening to my message here. I hope that some of what I have said resonates with you, and I hope you sing. Again, my name is Joshua Stoddard, and I would love to see you at one of my upcoming sound baths. You can find me at joshuastoddardsound.com and also on Instagram and Facebook at Joshua Stoddard Sound. I love you. Yeah. Oh.